sempre io, Mate 10, e oggi iniziamo la missione per andare a Inazuma nel secondo account.
Are you okay? Paimon never imagined your sister would have. Well, Paimon
Se non avete visto gli scorsi video, per favore andateli a vedere, se no non capirete niente.
And when the going gets tough, the tough get going, right? She said we needed to reach the end of our journey. And we won't find out what this journey is or where it will end unless we... don't mention it, partner. Although, where should we go next? Oh, you mean the god that took your sister away in the first place? You're right. After all, everything that followed, all this confusion, it all started
E
with
appunto,
her.
ragazzi, il non god si dice che sia Paimon. E poi tra l'altro ha un nome preciso, che tipo As qualcosa.
Yeah, Paimon bets she's the... Well, we've ruled out two gods so far, the Animo and Geo Archons. So, Paimon doesn't think we can
Ha detto che
simply
la
walk
nazione è
into
chiusa.
Inazuma.
Allora, per chi
Why
non
don't we
sapesse,
ask someone
Inazuma,
from
che
Inazuma
appunto
how to gain
si vede
entrance?
pure il Tenshukaku, è una regione, possiamo dire, dove c'è la dittatura della Raiden Shogun. Cioè, è giusto dire dittatura, perché effettivamente è una dittatura.
Oh,
Appunto vicino all'autotecria, appunto delle visioni, che c'è le visioni, poi tipo l'eutemia, roba del genere, vabbè. E ora ha una persona in mente, Atsuko.
Let's see what she...
Sì, ragazzi, perché Atsuko, che è una ragazza che sta al momento al porto di Live, che lei è scappata da Inazuma con una barca, appunto per sfuggire alla dittatura, perché appunto Inazuma è un posto orribile. Dopo la conquista ovviamente sarà più tranquilla. Però appunto Inazuma è un posto dove c'è tantissima dittatura, infatti la Shogun Raiden è, possiamo dire, una dittatrice, possiamo dire.
Mind the wind.
E quindi ora non resta altro che parlare con Atsuko, che si trova al porto di Livia, che appunto che lei è di Inazuma. Voi ripeto di nuovo. E cosa vuol dire di Inazuma? Appunto è la nazione dell'Elettro. La Shogun Raiden è la dio dell'eternità, come Morax è il dio dei contratti, la Shogun Raiden è la dea dell'eternità, e quindi non resta altro che parlare con Atsuko.
Hello. Oh, I mean good fortune, right? Is there anything I...
We wanted to ask, how do we get into Inazuma?
Oh, so...
Great, we came to the right...
But the chance of success is...
Sono incredibilmente basse.
Incredibly small.
It was in leaving Inazuma
Che ho capito
that
quanto
I
fosse
found out
pericoloso
all
questo
I had to
metodo.
rely on was a little wooden raft that
piccola
I'd put
zattera di
together
legno.
myself. There was a storm raging ahead of me. After I'd escaped their
No, pensate
clutches,
che io,
I
quando
floated on the
ancora non
open
avevo...
ocean for
Facciamo finire
I don't
Atsuko, poi
know
ne
how
parlo.
many days. My rations and fresh water supply soon ran out, and I remember getting to the point where I was sure I'd reached the end. Then, I blacked out.
Stavo dicendo che io ancora non sapevo come arrivare in Inazuma nel primo account, quindi io pensavo che mio fratello diceva bisogna avere tantissima stamina e poi nuotare, come no. Poi io pensavo che a questo punto magari si poteva... Ho fatto il trick con Kei all'Ice Bridge, non ci sono riuscito. Ho guardato i video su YouTube dove qualcuno è uscito con un bug, però non ci sono riuscito. E dopo ho capito, c'è un mio amico che era arrivato in Inazuma e mi aveva detto che bisogna fare l'Archon Quest.
But, to my surprise, my journey didn't end there. Or to put... that's right. I escaped by the skin of my...
What a horrible journey.
Well, because everything is just too restrictive over there. The atmosphere is so stifling. The
Kanjo Commission?
Along with the other two commissions, they oversee everything in Inazuma. We usually collectively refer... One of the obligations of the Kanjo Commission is to conduct rigorous identity checks on all individuals leaving or entering Inazuma. Meanwhile, the Tenryo Commission is responsible for implementing the recently promulgated Vision Hunt Decree. They act like the executive arm of the... It doesn't feel good to speak ill of my home like this. But after spending so long under that oppressive atmosphere, what I mean to say is, unless you have an extremely compelling reason to go to Inazuma, You should know that the sea
Recupero
around
sempre si diventa.
Inazuma is
Quindi grazie,
engulfed
quando
in a perpetual
andavo con
tempest of
Keia
wind and rain.
non ci sono riuscito.
Supposing
Perché non
you
ci sono
survived
riuscito?
that,
Perché
you would
appunto c'è
still
appunto
need to get
sta
past the
tempesta che
samurai
non
guard
finisce
that
mai.
enforced
E
the
io cadevo
Sengoku
nell'acqua e
decree.
non riuscivo più a
And even if you
raggiungere
did manage to find a
Lightbridge.
way, you'd still have to produce the necessary documentation at the Rito Center.
Seems like they really don't want anyone setting foot in it.
They only set that up as a port to guarantee a supply of goods and information to the island. Most Outlanders would, but if you really are set on going,
The raft idea sounds
that's not what I meant. You could ask someone from the Crux fleet if they have some way of getting you to
A Beido
Inazuma.
e a caso.
Voyaging far and wide has made them a well-traveled group with a wide...
But it's an armed fleet, right? Why would they agree to a request like this?
That part is up to you.
Appunto all'inizio
If you're able
diranno
to persuade their
di
captain,
no,
Beidou,
credo.
then
Poi
the
tipo
hardest
dobbiamo
part
fare
will be out of the way.
delle sfide, dobbiamo sconfiggere dei nemici e fare delle sfide e poi ci portano a Inazuma.
The Alcor is the flagship of the Crux fleet. I heard that it's currently anchored by Guyunstone Forest on a supply run.
Then there's no time to lose.
Sì, ma io non ho capito, cioè come si arriva a questo teletrasporto qua, perché comunque, vabbè, io credo che c'ero arrivato, facendo condagliante e arrivavo qua, quindi credo che un metodo per arrivare alla foresta di pietra di Guyun credo che sia facendo condagliante qua, oppure facendo l'S-Bridge con Keia, ma mi sembra più noioso. Easy, è stato piuttosto semplice, pensavo più di sì.
Let's go.
Arrivi a bordo. Sì, che poi tra l'altro questi ragazzi li conosciamo. Perché li conosciamo? Perché qualche giorno fa abbiamo fatto la missione insieme a Beidou. Ok. Vai, cerca l'obiettivo. Ah, sta parlando con Kaidara Katsuya.
Who have we got here? Wait, I know you. You're that traveler, aren't you? Ningguang told me about you. A traveler of great... She's a hard one to please, so praise from her is
Inoltre,
high praise indeed.
in ogni
I remember thinking
lezione
at the time
mi danno
that it'd be good
soprannome
to meet you in
tipo
person.
di lì tipo Hero of Liyue, eroe di Liyue, di Masato non lo so, di Inazuma vengo soprannominato The Enemy of the Eternity, il nemico dell'eternità.
Judging by the clothes on your back and this floating thing,
Hey, the name's not Floating Thing.
Paimon. What a fascinating being.
Huh? The fragrance of what now?
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should meet.
you're not far off, but they go by a different name in Inazuma. This young man is Kaidahara Kazuha, a temporary addition to my crew for reasons I won't bore you with.
With this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not be romantically irresponsible?
No, I can't argue with that.
Only if the mood
Ritorno
takes
della
me, of
Crux.
course.
Hey, you don't want to pass this up.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash?
I thought you might be here to sign up. The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There are two important rules. One, competitors must be renowned fighters. So, you've got nothing to worry about there. Two, you can't take part if you've got a vision. Otherwise, things get a little... You must be feeling confident, but you might want... And with Liu as savior taking part in the tournament, now that's gonna turn a few heads.
But we didn't come here to take...
Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested. Get this. It's a masterless vision.
Una visione senza
Supplied by
parole.
myself, as a matter of fact.
Is there really such thing as a masterless...
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. As for whether this shell has any practical application, well,
Yep. And the way I see it, a vision is a badge of recognition. Organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents. So if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very own.
Yeah, we're interested in getting to Inazuma.
Inazuma? You want to go there?
Well, why didn't you say so? Inazuma? In
Nessun
that
problema.
case, if you
Si
win
vince
the
il
tournament,
torneo.
I'll give you a choice. Masterless vision or a ticket.
You just want him to take part.
What's wrong with that? The more talent we have, the better the tournament will be.
What are we gonna do? Looks like we pretty much have to do.
Great. Then let's get you signed up.
Visita del torneo della
Head
forza
to the
ferita di
tournament
Puglia.
arena and
It seems like it will only be a matter of time before the...
Quindi appunto io ragazzi l'avevo già detto anche nei scorsi video, appunto bisogna fare appunto questo torneo, quindi non resta altro che andare nella foresta di pietra di qui. Mamma mia,
Beto said
ecco qua
that
il
they had to be
torneo.
renowned
Valuta gli
fighters.
altri concorrenti.
Who will we be up against? Hi there. Are you here for the Crux Club?
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skills. But this tournament is more than just a chance to put training into practice.
Exactly. With a vision, we'd quickly become our master's top...
This master of yours must be pretty
Famous? He's the founder of the Ling Shan clan. And you probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite... He's got to be a grand master or something. To the Ling Shan clan, he
forced dispersal.
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself. For example, our master can use it to alter the path of an attacking fist.
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability.
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by now. If we don't start making progress soon...
There's a tuition fee?
Of course! This is a grand master we're talking about here. He doesn't have time to waste.
But here we are, having trained under him directly all this time without even... Recently, though, we heard that a vision bearer joined...
So, if we can get our hands on a vision too, maybe we can finally...
Well, we have to try something new. Otherwise, we're stuck...
Exactly. It can't hurt to try. And if it turns out it does work, folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial arts clan and...
See you in the arena!
Arrivederci. Bene. 1 su 3. Jinju.
Hey, youngster. Are you here for the Crux Clash? If so, seems I found myself another...
So you're also here for...
You better believe it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't... For me, obtaining a vision is the final and most important piece. No. It's not about what I want to do. This is about who I want to be. I know how that sounds, but let me explain. I've passed every exam I've ever taken, enjoyed numerous successful business ventures. In most people's eyes, I am already the very embodiment of the perfect person. A vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for me. I've also brought along a bit of an entourage for moral support. Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice, concentrating mostly on rare and esoteric styles of Kung Fu. Ha! You don't mince your words. Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before you'll...
Suyun.
Hello. Are
You bet I am. Have you put your name? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria. The Clash is a comprehensive test of fighting
Non
ability.
vorrei dire una cavolata, ma
Anyone who
prima
turns
devo
up for
sconfiggere
Nobody wants to
questi
see
tre
that,
con cui ho
right?
appena parlato.
yeah, we heard a rule.
Me? Only a former runner.
Non vorrei dire
What?
una cavolata, ma sono voglio anche a
Nonsense. Not to mention,
tempo.
I've helped the Millilith cat. They tried to
Yes.
sneak past me under the cover of darkness. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face, and I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into a beam above us. I told you. Unarmed. I'm not saying I came out completely unscathed, of course. But the fact remains that I...
But for us, even for our 5 treasure All right.
I'll see you in the arena. But I don't plan on losing to a pair...
Arrivederci. Bene, abbiamo parlato con tutti e tre. Ora con Juan, quello che si occupa delle restrizioni del torneo della corsa. Salve.
Chink's a village arm wrestling champion, huh? All right, your sign next, please. What's your name? Wait, aren't you? Did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why?
I have to ask. Aren't you the traveler that helped Liyue fight off? Oh, it's really.
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
Oh, I wonder if I can get his autograph later.
I trust you are aware that only those without visions can enter the. Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in
Ovviamente io
combat
non ho
are
una visione.
nothing short of
Posso
extraordinary.
scegliere l'animo,
You walk into the
il
most
geo,
dangerous
l'elettro, il
situations
dendro,
imaginable, face off
l'idro,
against all
il
sorts
piro,
of.
e poi quando arriverà
still
la
doesn't have a
Shishin hai
vision,
anche il
though.
Clio.
See for
E poi Node Cry, non lo so se uscirà qualche nuova visione.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself, it's just a formality for you, of course, but I have to make a record. So far, I've got defeated the ancient god Osile, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Yeah, and also a dragon too. But
Whoa.
Might as well declare him the champion.
I wonder if it's too late.
Okay, that's plenty. Right, your registration is complete. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing. To win the tournament and claim—
oh, we're not here for
in
that.
stile
We're
Inazuma.
here because Captain Beto
There's another prize, too? Oh,
Beto must have upped the stakes this time to attract top.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as dangerous?
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beto in advance, then? Well, nobody expected you to sign up to it. Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin.
Hey, so Paimon's thinking about that whole no vision. Even though you don't have a vision, most people in Teyvat think so. Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use your. In any case, looking at the competition, it should still. All right, it's showtime.
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to compete? Good. Then please follow me into the arena.
Ok. Vedete che sia il momento di combattere.
Our next competitor is
tempo non
seen
c'è.
by many as the favorite to win this tournament. His first bout begins now.
What a strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with? Well, now that we've won, let's go and see
Sì,
Beto.
non credo che
She'll
sia
probably
così
have something to
facile.
say to
Prima.
us.
Ci sono i restanti.
Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing.
Ma no, non abbiamo finito,
Come on,
mancano
let's
tutti
go
gli
for it.
altri. Non credo che sia finita qua.
So, what do you think, Kazuha? He totally dominated that.
Impressive. But I also observed our...
Well, I've fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. So come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there.
All right. Let me think how to aptly... You fought well.
All right then.
Io fa-
I was thinking a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they... And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters and... Well, since everyone sees you as the... For one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well... So, I'm putting you straight through to the
Huh? But we only just started the
Sì,
qualifiers.
Paimon, non abbiamo finito.
This is how
nessuna cosa
Captain
troppo
Beto
semplice.
works. Besides, at your level,
To be fair,
All right, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament.
Dopo un atteso è stato finalmente stabilito il tuo avversario in semifinale.
We're finally here, folks. The real show is about to begin.
your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. You may well be stronger than him, but this should very well. Show me that you...
All right, that's enough chit-chat for now. The audience is waiting. Go find the crew member that signed you up. She'll take...
Bene, parliamo con Yuan per poi partecipare al torneo.
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the Crux Clash, but he has
Molto nuovo.
quickly I do not doubt your abilities, but...
relax. My guys.
Okay,
Bene. Facilissimo.
I'm sweating all. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best.
Right. For a moment there, if you had a vision, you'd definitely be one of the.
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid, but mine I lost interest eventually. You can't... I've fought and won against Vision Bearer.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try?
No, I didn't. Only in defeat can you understand your weaknesses.
Wow!
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with me again.
Ora però c'è la
by the
finale,
way-
quindi dovrei
Whether they'll be as
sconfiggere
tough as
un'ultima
me, I don't...
persona.
So don't get too caught.
There he
Di formazione
goes.
sul suo ultimo
Maybe
avversario.
we should ask around. See what...
Perché Sezio Yun?
Ah, it's you! I myself was eliminated in the third round. Shit.
Maybe next time, huh? By the way...
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me.
L'università è formidabile,
He is a
veloce in
formidable
piedi,
opponent. Quick
veloce
on his
in
feet and
piedi,
swift
pronto
to take
a
advantage of his
sfruttare i
opponent's
passi falsi del
missteps.
suo
I
avversario.
faltered for but a brief moment. But given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically strong opponents. Still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
Ai ai ai. Continua a chiedere informazioni sul suo ultimo avversario.
Hey there! Well...
He tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead
Ma
he
mi ha
took it
dato
straight to
male
the
e
nose.
l'ha perso
There
in
was
pieno,
blood all
l'ha
over
preso
the
in pieno
place.
naso. Tira sangue... Ah.
His opponent was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, "Why didn't you dodge? Why don't you dodge?" they ask. Because to not dodge is the very essence of Lingshan clan kung fu. Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here. I don't dare tell my master about this. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this. I'm afraid I'm still a bit out of sorts.
Oh, alright then.
Thanks, I'll do my...
Oddio, è fortissimo.
We still haven't got any useful information yet.
You gave an outstanding performance. Truly commendable.
Beh, grazie cazzo.
I could sense that you're not familiar with Bao, but you were quick to adapt and managed to claim victory over your opponent. In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground beneath your feet.
He's right. I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new.
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round.
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessary. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior... What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than...
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. I haven't properly introduced myself yet.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the...
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. But on the straggling path of a wandering samurai, I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess. But I myself have witnessed reputable fighters hailing from across the... Given your talents, a few hints from me will be...
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt.
You betcha. Wait a second. We never told you that we've been to Mondstadt.
Does one not leave a trail? However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. Come with me.
Ok, dobbiamo andare da caso, Oh. Ok.
Now that we're alone, let me cut to the... You are skilled in manipulating the elements. And not just a single element.
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the moment...
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental ability, if I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance. When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, since a young age I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. It is things of this nature that I also hear from...
As crazy as all that sounds...
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your... To think a human could wield the elements without a vision. And not to mention your incredibly complex scent. Like that of some mysterious...
Hey, stop evaluating us based on our smell! It's weird!
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental ability? So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that...
Aw, it's nothing really. It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the... Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the god. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing... Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will... Now then, let's test your skills. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat his opponents. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, please save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you. The world is a truly mysterious place, it seems.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own?
I desire to know what meaning visions have and what influences the god's decision to grant my apologies for allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways. I am willing to answer any questions you may have. So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway in Inazuma. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably, sometimes in circumstances that in the outset. Supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living beings, then does the current electro-archon now doubt these criteria? Or even the... Not to mention, with no new electro-visions having been granted for some...
She sounds less like an archon and more like a tyrant.
Una dittatrice.
As far as I know, she is an archon that pursues eternity. She will... Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well.
Sounds a lot like something the god you...
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro-Archon before? With time, we will... If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. Ah, the time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got so distracted talking...
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together. Very well. Let's go.
Ah, ok, mi teletrasporta già automaticamente. Ok.
Why isn't he? Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! Your attention! We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash! We've seen many exciting battles today, and now I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few have seen him, his reputation, he strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of his name causes even the Fatui Harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing Liyue's traveling hero!
Wow!
I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm sure everyone witnessed his thrilling match, but today's final round will as for our other combatant...
Non è ancora arrivato.
Come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't... Apologies! Everyone just sit tight! We've got no other choice.
Wait a moment. Captain Beidou, perhaps we should check a traveler.
Vieni con noi. Non mi dire che non c'è qui la visione.
Let me see. It's gone all right. The vision is missing.
Huh? Did somebody steal it?
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have...
No need to worry. Even the craftiest The culprit... The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my...
Well, if you insist. I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation.
If you would, please come with me.
But we're on an island. Where could...
Come with me. I can sense the winds are coming.
Ok, immaginavo che era sparita.
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway.
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking? Drat! If I only had a vision. Or if I could activate this one, then you'd never be able to catch me.
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic...
You...
But most disappointing of all, it appears that the vision doesn't respond...
Fine. I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register after hearing that this fighting contest...
Aha! So you were supposed to be our...
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone. After watching the semi-finals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the... Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention... I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow you still... After all I went through to get it? I think not. Really? Fine. But you'd better mean it.
You know, according to the laws of the sea...
Huh? You're not serious.
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and it seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your...
Whoa, whoa! We don't need to go that far!
I never would have guessed you. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk... No, no. Do what you want, but please, don't...
He has Put down the vision and leave.
Huh?
What's wrong? It's up to you.
No need for that.
Se ne vanno freneticamente.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it!
I take no pleasure in frightening others. When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. But unfortunately, nothing... Yes. I want... From the moment he stole the vision, I've tried many other though few tales tell of a masterless vision reawakening. After seeing you command multiple Come, why don't you give it a try?
The vision didn't seem to respond at all.
I see. So, no matter. This was expected. I suppose this vision is still mine to take for now.
Yeah, what's the story behind...
The story begins with an old friend.
Ok ragazzi, io credo di aver capito. Questa visione era di un amico di Kazuha, che era Electro, solo che poi è stato ucciso da Raiden Shogun, da quello che ho capito. Adesso ci dovrebbe essere anche una cutscene.
He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered.
Ecco abbiamo il Raiden Shogun.
It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand.
Non sembra curiosare.
Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day, I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless. But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling.
Kazuha!
All right then. It's time we returned. Allow me to gather the wind for us.
Bene. Andiamo appunto al torneo. Non c'è più nessuno. Vabbè. Pesuto Shushan.
Huh? Did Beto leave already?
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady Ningguang. It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted her. Captain Beto was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud. But still, Captain Beto was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crown.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match. Thus, in which case, the Crux clash comes to a...
Huh? So that's what... If that's the case, then the rules stipulate...
Paimon thought we'd win it.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given...
Yes, I believe so. Though Captain Beidou is no longer present here, I'll be sure she received, but the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. In fact, the relentless rain and wind are all...
Hold on a second.
Tra l'altro,
You're
ragazzi, quando
saying
arriveremo
she can
a
change the
Inazuma,
weather just with the power of her mind?
quando arriveremo a Inazuma, non potremo uscire da Ritu perché dovremo tipo fare qualcosa tipo un pagamento, roba del genere, e poi potremo continuare.
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by casting down his stone spear, suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, in the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own.
Paimon believes you'll find it.
Thank you. May both our... One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the storm.
Bene, io volendo potrei anche fermarmi qua, però volevo giusto, se dovrei, arriviamo giusto, ma proprio giusto a Inazuma e poi se non sbaglio, cioè arriviamo giusto a Inazuma e poi ci fermiamo ragazzi, ok?
Let's go.
Quindi parliamo con Catherine su come arrivare a Inazuma appunto con la Crux. Credo che comunque ci vuole poco, dobbiamo andare giusto alla
Ad
Crux e poi
Astra
basta.
Abyssosque.
E poi
What
basta.
can I do for you, traveler? Ah, yes. I've heard that now that I think about it, it's been quite...
Quindi abbiamo iniziato la
There
seconda
you are.
missione un po' prima,
You're the
però
traveler
vabbè.
that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right? Oh, is that right? The fleet has nearly completed reprovisioning. Once the crew... Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh anchor...
Seems Beidou is the captain of her work.
Of course! There are many things that the captain insists upon.
So you'll be heading off then? I suppose whether the journey before you leads to the
Arrivederci
heights of the
Catherine,
heavens
ci vedremo
or
in
the
Inazuma,
depths
visto che
until we
in ogni
meet
nazione
again.
c'è sempre
Ad
Catherine.
Astra Abyssosque.
Oh, it's kind of hard to say.
Well, if that's how you feel, why not come and find me when you arrive?
Appunto.
I'll be
Vi
awaiting you in
aspetterò all'usura
Narukami
di
Island.
Narukami.
So there's another Catherine in Inazuma?
Well, I guess it's time for you to bid farewell to Liyue Harbor.
Okay, thanks for coming all this way to let...
Just following orders.
Ma io non so se è la stessa persona che ci perseguita. No, non so se è sempre Catherine che ci perseguita. Oppure Catherine tipo 6 gemelle. Bene, dobbiamo andare adesso alla Crux e poi salpiamo e poi ragazzi finiamo il video e la missione è questa qua, la continueremo i prossimi giorni.
Ah, if all these years come rain or storm,
Comunque
the
ragazzi
Crux
al
fleet has never
momento
suffered a delay.
è
If it were
l'11
anyone else, it
giugno
might have
questo
set
è
sail
il video,
already.
però potrebbe uscire più tardi perché ho fatto già la missione con Razor che probabilmente uscirà domani, quindi il 12. Poi potrei fare ho fatto la missione con Densleif, quindi questa missione potrebbe, questa cosa di Inazuma potrebbe venire anche fra qualche giorno.
Don't look too serious. Well, now that we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest, the nation of eternity.
Anchors away!
Ragazzi, ora credo che si salpa per Inazuma. Si salpa. Per la prima volta arriviamo a Inazuma. Nessuna data. Dopo aver attraversato una terribile tempesta, l'Alcor arriva finalmente in porto. Stavo per dire Archon. E qui sei tu, un piccolo villaggetto della Gran Santuario di Narukami, dove stai amico. E adesso ci dovrebbe essere Toma. Eccole qua.
Oh, hi there.
E là. Ancora non capisco Toma cosa ha nella fronte. Sembra tipo una benda.
So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored guests.
You can blame your almighty Shogun. The Tempest, though the fleet was fully up to the challenge. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
You don't know how long I've been with
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. It seems even...
With any luck, it'll give you a head start. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going if you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma.
Qualche mese fa,
But if he
Toma
tries to pull
è,
any moves on
diciamo,
you, I'll be sure to deal with him
è
personally
nato,
the next
possiamo
time
dire
I'm
che
around.
è nato a Mondstadt, di Mondstadt.
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get...
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going.
All right.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what.
Fair seas, Captain Beto.
Now then, first things first.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things...
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bent.
Ragazzi, il nostro obiettivo era arrivare in Inazuma e siamo arrivati in Inazuma. Quindi ci fermiamo qua. La missione la continueremo più avanti. Aggiunta di Ritu Isola di Narukami all'archivio. Io ragazzi non ho altro da dire. Spero che il video vi sia piaciuto. Ci vediamo al prossimo video. Ciao!